Today I'm going to look at solving a system using only substitution. So we have the system y equals x minus 2 and 2x minus 3y equals 5. So this, in substitution, what we want to do is we want to substitute out a variable and replace it with what that variable equals. So in this one, it's a little bit straightforward because we have y equal to something. Now it doesn't always have to be y, it doesn't always have to be x, it just has to be if we have x equal to something, we substitute in x. If we have y equal to something, we substitute in y. But if we had two equations where we just had something like this, like y minus x equals negative 2, and then 2x minus 3y equals 5, then we have to do a little bit more work because then we have to actually solve for a variable. But in this problem, we already have y equal to x minus 2, so we're going to go ahead and just perform that y as our substitution. So here's the way I always like to do substitution. Let me erase all this. I like to write out the two problems, so y equals x minus 2, the two equations, not really problems, and then 2x minus 3y equals 5. I like to write them out side by side, and here's why. Since I have y equal to x minus 2, I am substituting x minus 2 into this equation here and replacing out y. So all that's changing is y. So I have 2x minus 3 times x minus 2 equal to 5. So the only thing I'm changing is y, because y is equal to x minus 2. I always like to think of it as like basketball. If you have 5 players out on the court, and I am replacing the point guard. The point guard that's in the game is coming out, so y is coming out, and it's being replaced with a new point guard. So I am replacing y with a new value of x minus 2. So that's the only thing that's being changed is the y value of x minus 2. Now here's where you have to be careful though when you do this, is because of this minus 3 times y, you want to write this as 2x minus 3 times x minus 2 equal to 5. And then it's just a solving equations exercise. Right there is a common mistake of just that substitution step. A lot of people just can't quite wrap their head around the idea of substitution right away. And then another part where people are going to make mistakes is this next step here where we have to multiply negative 3. So what you want to do is you want to do negative 3 times x and negative 3 times negative 2. This whole statement, negative 3 times x, negative 3 times negative 2, because we did negative 3 times y. What is y equal to? X minus 2. So we're going to have 2x minus 3x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6 equal to 5. 2x minus 3x is negative 1x plus 6 equal to 5. And then solve the equation here. So negative x equals 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Not quite done there. Divide by negative 1, giving us x equal to positive 1. Here's why I like to do this left to right or right to left movement, because of this next step. Since I have x equal to 1, I am going to substitute x right here. I like this circular pattern. A lot of students really click with this circular look. It almost looks like a recycling sign. We're putting it into here, we get an answer, and we put it right back into where we started. I just like that rhythm and that movement of boom, bam, boom, right back to the beginning. So we're going to have y equals, replacing x with 1, 1 minus 2. Y equals 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So y equals negative 1. So our solution to this system is going to be the ordered pair, x value 1, y value negative 1. So 1, negative 1 is the solution. That's going to make this true. So using only substitution there. And again, this was a little bit more manageable right off the bat is because we already had a variable by itself, but if we didn't have that, we'd have to solve for a variable and then perform the substitution.